I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days. My goal was 20 and I just hit 22 this morning. It's 1 p.m. now here in Paris and I need to check out because I'm going home. I really doubt I'm going to get another one on the board, either on the plane or like on my layover. So I think 22 is where we're going to cap it out. But how did I go?
Look, call me when you're ready for trips and dates. I can't text all day, bitch.
Para ti, mi amor, para que te lo comas todo.
Practice and practice and practice. Practice makes what? Absolutely not. Dismantle that belief system. Practice makes improvement.
Yes, I have an accent because I ain't from here. I was born in Thailand, and I grew up in Georgia for a decade. And then I fucking moved to Nebraska. Ain't shit over there, by the way. How the hell y'all gonna tell me how I'm supposed to sound like? You want me to speak in broken English, bitch? The fuck? Or would you like for me to speak formally to you, sir? Fuck out of here, man.
Put a finger down if you're an anti-feminist and a fundamentalist who believes that traditional American values should be brought back into the household, because your husband is the sole provider of your home. That's what I thought. Shouts out to being a real woman. Just kidding. Kill all men. Hee hee.
The Kill All Men command trend on TikTok, where feminists gleefully talked about wiping out all men, took the internet by storm. Was it dark humor? Satire? Who knows? But it definitely crossed some serious lines, making men everywhere sit up and say, wait, what? Some feminists zero in on their worst experiences with a few Chads and Tyrones and decide all men are trash. It's like judging all movies by the worst one you've ever seen. Not cool. The fallout? Regular, decent guys getting the cold shoulder. Imagine being a stand-up guy but facing hostility just because a few bad apples spoiled the bunch. It's a rough world out there. There's a buzzword for you, gynocentric dictatorship. It's the idea that society is all about women's issues while men's problems get swept under the rug. Whether you buy it or not, some men feel like they're left out in the cold.
So there's something that I stumbled upon on my TikTok, and it's something called PassportBros. And it's basically American men that are now going overseas to different countries, which we already know about, but they want the women that they're with to remain foreign. So they're not actually intending to bring the women back to the United States because they feel like the women in the United States are kind of like tarnished goods. And I want you to watch this video, okay?
So there's this new movement called Passport Boys. It's when guys, American men, go over to whatever country, find someone, marry them, and bring them back. I'm beginning to jump on board with this whole thing because the dating in this Southern California area.
So in the video, you can hear where he says to bring them back to the United States, but actually one of the Passport Bros, like one of their like guest speakers or something, corrects him and says this.
We're not bringing them back here. Not us. We're going over to their country. We want our foreign women to stay.
What is going on? Like, I'm genuinely concerned for America right now. Like, do I need to try to be the president or like, I don't know, like be a mayor or something? What's going on?
It's pretty clear men are packing up and getting out. Why? Because we're fed up with our taxes funding single moms and dealing with the chaos that comes with it, like they're out of control kids. We're seeking real women who aren't used up, jaded, or just in it for the free perks of a relationship. We want women who cook, clean, and actually make an effort to make us happy. We're done with modern women who give little to nothing in return while expecting us to give everything. We're tired of our hard-earned money going to support single mums and their kids, who often bring a lot of trouble. Why should we keep paying for someone else's poor choices? We want women who are genuine, who know the value of a relationship, and who contribute equally. We're done with the superficial, selfish attitudes of many modern women. We want women who are genuine, who know the value of a relationship, and who contribute equally. We're done with the superficial, selfish attitudes of many modern women.
They feel like the women in the United States are kind of like tarnished goods. And I want you to watch this video, okay?
I have a new funniest request.
Oh, an OnlyFans. Tell me, please tell me.
So this has just come through yesterday, so I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm reading through the paragraph of what he's asked, and I'm like, okay, cool, yep, seems pretty normal, like want to squirt, it's 5 minutes. And then I see it's a
full striptease to the entire song of Good For You by Selena Gomez.
No way. What?
Silly me's like accepted the payment, like, yeah, that's fine, like 5-minute custom solo, whatever.
Without
Before
reading.
I've seen the whole terms and conditions.
The T's and C's.
With everything that we talked about with twin flame soulmates, I think it's all becoming a bit outdated.
Yeah.
I think you choose a person, you make it work, you build a life with them, and if you are married or not, who cares?
Exactly. And I think, if you get married, cool. If you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
You can have kids with someone and still be in a relationship with them. And as we said, once you live with them for 6 months anyway, it's de facto. You're basically the same as being married anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need a ring and a piece of paper. If you want to do that, go for your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I want to get married just because I want to have a party.
I'm the same. I don't want a big deal. I just want a nice ring and a party.
Same.
So I don't even care if I don't get married. I just want to
Just
be
want a ring and
engaged.
a party. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just want to have the fantasy of, maybe one day keep the families happy.
Yeah, exactly right.
I feel like my grandparents and my parents would both be super excited and want that to happen. So if I just get engaged, I'll be like, maybe next year.
You see the double standards clearly when men travel overseas. They're accused of taking advantage of women and engaging in sex tourism and trafficking. But when women travel and bed hop, it's called finding themselves and having an experience. The truth is, most men who go overseas are looking for a wife and family, not a playboy lifestyle. It also reveals how unsavory some OnlyFans performers are when they admit to having multiple partners a day. This means one man might be unknowingly sharing intimate contact with another, like receiving a kiss just hours after she received a facial. There's likely little difference between an OnlyFans performer and a modern woman. The former just has her activities documented online. Remember, Instagram models often receive degrading propositions in their DMs from wealthy oil princes.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. No one said that women are tarnished goods. If you actually look at a passport bro, which I know many of them, they are not going over there to grape and conquer. They are going over there because they are giving up over here. The reality is that there are too many women that are saying that they don't need men. Men want to be needed. They want to feel valued, like they are protectors, like they are alphas, like we need them. The problem is that too many women are saying, I don't need a man. I too say, I don't need a man, but damn, I want a man. They do things better and faster. Like, I laid down flooring for my Airbnb. I have like tiny hands. All of these were broken. There were like warped areas. Thank God my dad came and he helped me. But nonetheless, if I don't say I need a man, if I don't say I want a man, they don't feel valued. Just like when women were screaming and saying, this man's not saying that he appreciates me and I'm doing all the cooking and the cleaning and I'm working full time and I'm taking care of the kids. And the man saying, well, where's my dinner? Then the woman left, right? So what makes women think that the same tactic is going to work on the men? The reality is, women make up half of the workforce for sure, but we also spend a lot, so it's not like we're taking all of these trips like they are. And furthermore, none of the men ever say that they're damaged goods. What they consistently say is, we're tired. They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States, let alone a metropolitan area like LA or New York, where women say, I don't need a man, go away, who do you think I am? I knew one guy that was, we're dating, and he told me he opened the door for a woman, and she said, I can get that myself. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm waiting for a guy to open my door, like, for me, like a gentleman. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a date, but women, we're supposed to appreciate it. Also, if you go on a date with a guy and he pays for it, say thank you. It's, like, beside myself not understanding how when I go on a date with a man and I say thank you, they are overly thankful that I'm thanking them for taking me out to a dinner to get to know each other. And when I ask them why, it's because none of the women that they go on dates with actually say thank you. And I won't say none because it's a definitive answer and we all know that that's not the case. My purpose in this is to defend the passport bros because they're not raping and pillaging and like doing anything crazy. They just want a traditional woman, which is why they don't want to bring them over here.
This situation highlights how low the bar is. A simple thank you can make a man happy, yet many women fail to offer even that courtesy. Instead, they might complain that the restaurant isn't a 5-star establishment or expect relationship benefits just for existing. When feminists claim they don't need men, it's often a tactic to devalue men. But let's be real, society functions because men perform 90% of critical jobs. It's easy for feminists to claim independence in a developed country where everything runs smoothly, but would they say the same in a developing country or a remote area? Here's a tip: when a woman claims she doesn't need a man, don't waste time trying to change her mind. She's qualified for your soft guy era. If she wants to date, let her pay the bill, since she insists she doesn't need a man.
If you marry any of these Western modernized women, you're a fool, because you ain't getting a real wife, or not a traditional wife. If you're looking for a traditional marriage, you're not getting it here, which is why passport bros are a thing, and guys are going to get foreign women that are raised with traditional beliefs. The traditional belief system here, dead, over with. It's a wrap. Number two, a man's success isn't defined by marriage, a woman's is. Our success is defined by the success we create for ourselves. Your success is defined by, can you get a husband? Did you procreate? Even if you got rich, you were put here for a man and to repopulate the earth, to reproduce. So even if you go get all the money and all that shit, what does that mean for real? If I take your career away, if I take your degree away, what's your purpose as a woman? Because women are putting purpose in careers, money, lifestyles. If we remove all of that, we're just humans on earth. What's your purpose now? If we're in the fucking woods and them huts and the villages, you're gonna get back into your natural role. All that boss bitch energy, all that shit going out the window. You going back into your feminine, back into what you were created for, naturally.
Absolutely. This message needs to be heard by men in the West. It's exactly what I've been saying: men are working hard, but getting less in return. Meanwhile, modern women live a carefree Sex and the City lifestyle until they hit a wall, realizing they face decades of loneliness and misery because their easy mode is over. As the saying goes, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. We're currently in easy times, but they're about to turn into hard times. When things get tough, it'll become clear to feminists that they truly need men to survive.
Brazilian women and North American. Specifically, dating a Brazilian girl is so much more easier and so much less bullshit and less baggage and less things like that. I don't find there's the whole runaround situation. You don't have to keep thinking, what's she thinking now? You can just be yourself. I find that I can't go back to dating Canadian women or almost any other culture for that matter. Not to say that I wouldn't, if the opportunity arose, I wouldn't give it a shot, or I wouldn't, you know what I mean? But choosing, I would definitely go with a Brazilian girl, and hands down. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. So another reason why dating in Brazil is so much easier and less complicated is that you can literally cold approach a woman here, so long as you're a nice guy and you're not a dick about it, and they'll talk to you. They'll give you the time of day. They might even be interested in hanging out going for a coffee or something like that, getting their number. It's just, you don't have those runaround games and those head games and things like that, or the rudeness. I find that I'll go with Canadian girls, and not all Canadian girls, so if someone who's from Canada is watching, don't take offense to this, but this is my experience. They'll basically shoot you down or not even give you the time of day. And they say that Canadian people are the nicest. I have to disagree when it comes to the whole dating thing. I think that girls in Canada are, let's say in Toronto, are so much more stuck up and less approachable. I don't know why that is. I think that's just maybe because they've had bad experiences from a lot of dicks in their past. I'm not sure. Jackasses. I can't really say.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but passport bros end up giving all of their money to those girls in other countries. And then they end up on 90-day fiance. And then once those girls get their green cards and get their citizenship, they leave you because they're smart. They use you for exactly what you're worth. They make a come up and then they keep it pushing, like how a real woman would.
Ironically, our detractors often describe what modern Western women do to men when trying to dissuade us from becoming passport bros. But if we're so undesirable and broke, as they claim, how could we possibly be targets for robbery? In reality, men who get scammed abroad would likely get scammed anywhere. Unfortunately, some believe that simply having more money will solve all their problems, thinking they can be losers overseas. Leading with their wallets and offering green card opportunities, also known as relationship benefits, will always attract the worst kind of women.
She's right. I'm abusive. That's why I didn't get custody. Let me ask you something. Let's imagine that you're a man. Yeah, I know that's really hard for you to do because you definitely don't want to be a man. But let's imagine that you're a man and you've done everything that you possibly can to make this relationship work. You've jumped through the hoops to make her happy. You're jumping through the hoops to be the best possible father that you can be to your child. And she just says, well, I just don't want to be with you. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest, in my situation, she don't want to be with me in the first place. We just got pregnant. But you step up to the plate because that's what you're supposed to do as a man. Step up to the plate, right? You go and you get your attorney and they're like, all right, well, we're going to get in the court within 2 weeks. And the mom's attorney ends up pushing it back a month and a half. And because you're a man and you didn't get married to her because she didn't want to get married to you, she can legally keep the child away from you. And she's getting that advice from her own attorney. There's absolutely nothing your attorney can do about it because you don't have any rights. Yeah, you signed the birth certificate. Yeah, you signed the acknowledgement of paternity, but it don't mean anything. All that means is that you're just financially obligated to this child. You're not allowed to see the child. You're not allowed to be in that child's life. Only mom can allow that, or a judge. So you got to pull about $10,000 out of your ass to get in front of that judge to establish your rights. After your child has been stripped from you for 2 months, you go into court and all they do is lie and say you were abusive and manipulative to both the child and the mother. But you were never any of that. They don't have any documentation or any of this. It's all hearsay. But overall, people believe women before they believe a man. On top of all of this $10,000 that you just spent, imagine having a paycheck and a half that you have to give to this mother. You're not going to be able to survive on your own. You're not even going to be able to afford food, the electricity, your house. You're fucked. And then this shit gets dragged out for years. You run out of money. You just take what you can. Guess what it is? Weekends. You wanted to be a father so bad. You had this idea of being able to be this involved father, and they made you an uncle. Then you start speaking up about what happened to you, and they throw a restraining order on you because you're speaking about your case and why the guy that you used to talk to committed suicide for the same reason that you're going through the same shit that he's going through. But now they're saying that you're suicidal. Now you got to spend another $25,000 to get out of that. So if you went through all of that, what would you do? You would probably sound pretty abusive as well, wouldn't you? You'd probably want to burn down the world for your child, wouldn't you?
This is BS men are scared about in the feminist West if they get the wrong woman pregnant, which is most modern women, and this is what the 304 retirement plan is to baby trap a hard-working man. How it happens is that these feminists will lie and claim they don't want kids, then claim they're on the pill when they're not, and then accidentally get pregnant without the man's consent.
Good men finish last. I'm gonna say it again. Good men finish last. And I'm gonna tell you why. Here comes this man after you've been hurt, abused, cheated on, lied to, been with a narcissistic, whatever your case is. He comes in, he shows you you're loved, you're appreciated, you're respected, he treats you like a queen for the first time in your life. But you have trouble understanding what you did to deserve it. You love him so much, and then all of a sudden he does one thing that disappoints you, one thing that hurts you, upsets you, whatever the case is. May not be the end of the world. He didn't cheat on you, he didn't hurt you, but it's one thing that you're just like, whoa, red flag, defense mechanism. Up goes the wall, here comes an attitude. You want to argue, you want to scream, you want to yell, or you just completely shut down, because that's what you do when you feel hurt. But if you think that no one on this planet is going to hurt you, and you have that expectation that this man is so great that he is never going to disappoint you or let you down, that is where you disrespect yourself. Not one person is perfect. We are never going to do something to where we're never going to hurt people. We are going to disappoint, just like you're going to disappoint him one day. But it's not the end of the world. You talk through it, you fight through it, and you accomplish a healthy relationship. Stop letting good men pay for your ex, your last situationship, whatever that man in the past did to you. Don't let your current man pay for it. Good men finish last because they teach you that they're good men. They show you your worth and theirs. Stop letting good men pay for your past.
Skip these broken, used up women altogether. If she's treated like trash, she is trash once in the garbage, always garbage. These second-hand females are broken for life. Why try to fix them when there's a fresh crop of 18-year-olds every year? Why waste your time when there are beautiful women all over the world from every race who respect you from day one and instantly improve your life? Being with them isn't a therapy session where you unpack all their trauma. If you weren't good enough for their prime, they don't deserve you in their decline. Remember that.
Can we talk about how hard it is to leave the good guy? When you say, I want a divorce, and he's like, no, I want to work this out. Everything's going to be fine. We can get through this, and he's so encouraging, and everything's just so fucking peachy keen, right? We talk about how I'm manipulated into staying because he's a good guy. He does nothing wrong. Like, the only thing he's guilty of is being lazy and, not putting in effort like we did when we were in the beginning of our relationship, like any other marriage. He doesn't beat me, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't take money from me, but he downplays my emotions. I don't think he fully understands me. And we've talked about this, y'all. This has all been in counseling, but how do you leave the good guy? I'm having like an internal battle right now because I want to leave. I want to file divorce papers and I want to freaking run to Maine or something. I mean, am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one because I keep throwing these fits and fighting with him? I look legit crazy because I literally stay in bed all day. A lot of that is because if I don't stay in bed all day, I will nitpick him. And I didn't start doing this until last year. Because I'm so unhappy with myself that I will nitpick him and tear him apart. So if I stay in bed, I won't be mean. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But I'm only sharing this because I swear to God I promise transparency. And I swear to God I promise the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I am struggling today. But this has been an ongoing struggle for the past 6 months of my marriage. And I've said it here and there in videos, but I've never gotten this raw. I'm tired of marriage counseling. I'm tired of trying. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready for a divorce. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally at my capacity. I feel like I'm stretched thin. I feel like I can't describe it. But I am not okay today.
Translation: this post is about a woman who, having hit the wall, is seeking a new phase of casual relationships. She's trying to push her partner away to avoid looking like the bad person, even though she's the one at fault. She believes she'll have a great time, and while she might enjoy some fun hookups for a few weeks, it will eventually become tiresome. As she ages and lacks the benefits of a committed relationship, she'll end up alone.
This is what you can get for just $30 in the Philippines. Here's a breakdown of my day and all the expenses along with it. We out here, baby! We head down to the dock and hop on the Island Group A tour. We canoe in the crystal clear waters and make some friends with some other travelers.
Where are you from?
The Czech Republic.
This place is beautiful.
Super gorgeous. Come here.
Yeah, my homies park the canoe for some epic drone shots. The water here is amazing. We wrap things up and head over to our lunch spot. Food is served community style and it's all for free included in the tour. We notice people in canoe pouring rum into coconuts. My boy Luis asked if he could just buy the whole bottle and he does. And so does my friend Manny. Of course we share our rum with the boat and find out one of the people on there is a professional singer. We are all feeling pretty loose as we head over to one of my favorite spots, Secret Lagoon. Me and my homie Aaron have to climb through a cave to get in there.
You literally have to hold your breath and sweat.
It was so quiet and calm in there. You're literally enclosed 360 degrees. We're off to the final spot where we meet a huge group of people from Uruguay who teach us a game called Stick.
Put the stick in a place and we can only do one step in order to reach it.
This was my favorite part of the day. It's always easier to make good friends while you're traveling. Something about the energy in the air. Everyone's really cool. I love meeting people from different cultures. I hop in the water one last time to snorkel. Overall, 10 out of 10 day. With all the add-ons, I think it came out to only $40 US.
Instead of saving your money for a vacation every year, why not make your life a vacation by actually moving to a country where the dollar goes far? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads.